Have you ever thought about how much you truly love yourself? It's a question that might have you scratching your head. But let's dive into this concept of self-love, shall we? Self-love is more than just a trendy buzzword. It's a fundamental pillar of our overall well-being. It's about accepting ourselves as we are, complete with our triumphs, failures, and everything in between. It's about celebrating our unique qualities and quirks, and most importantly, being kind to ourselves. You see, when we love ourselves, we set the stage for how others treat us. We become more resilient, more positive, and we start to see the world through a lens of compassion and understanding. It's like putting on a pair of rose-colored glasses, but the roses are blooming right within us. Let me share a personal story with you. There was a time in my life when I was filled with self-doubt. I constantly compared myself to others and felt like I was always falling short. Then one day, I stumbled upon the concept of self-love. I started small, with daily affirmations and gratitude journaling. I began to treat myself with kindness, patience, and love. And the transformation was profound. I started to feel happier, more fulfilled. I was better equipped to handle stress and setbacks. I was more accepting of my flaws and more appreciative of my strengths. And the best part? I began to love myself, not for who I could be or should be, but for who I was. That's the power of self-love. It's like a magic potion that transforms our lives from the inside out. It's not always easy, and it definitely doesn't happen overnight. But every bit of love we show ourselves is a step towards a more joyful, more fulfilling life. So let's start today. Let's make a promise to ourselves that we'll be kinder, gentler, and more loving towards ourselves. Because at the end of the day, we deserve our own love just as much as anyone else. Remember, the first step towards a happier life starts with loving oneself. When was the last time you did something just for yourself? Let that question sink in for a moment. Often we get so caught up in the hustle and bustle of life that we forget about the very person who's hustling us. Self-care is a term that's been thrown around a lot lately, but it's more than just treating yourself to a spa day or indulging in a guilty pleasure. Think about it this way. Imagine a car. It needs fuel to run, right? But is fuel the only thing a car needs? No. It also needs regular maintenance, oil changes, tire rotations, brake checks. The same goes for us. We need more than just fuel. We need maintenance. But what does self-care look like? Well, it's as unique as you are. It might be taking a moment to breathe when you're feeling overwhelmed. It could be choosing a salad over a burger because you know your body needs the nutrients. Or it might be setting boundaries in your relationships to protect your mental health. Let me share a story. There was a woman named Sarah. She was a busy professional, always putting her work and others before herself. One day, she realized that she was burnt out, unhappy, and unhealthy. So, she decided to make a change. She started taking time for herself each day, to meditate, to exercise, to read. She changed her diet, started saying no when she needed to, and prioritized her health and happiness. The result? She became more productive, more content, and more in tune with herself. She was happier, healthier, and more successful in all areas of her life. But this isn't just Sarah's story, it could be yours too. Self-care isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. It's about recognizing your needs and taking steps to meet them. It's about treating yourself with the same kindness and respect that you show others. So self-care isn't selfish, it's essential. Do you ever find yourself questioning your abilities or worth? Self-doubt, my friends, is a shapeshifter. It can disguise itself as humility, as realism, as just being practical. But let's call it what it is: a saboteur of dreams, an underminer of potential. The effects of self-doubt can be paralyzing. It can lead to procrastination, perfectionism, or even complete avoidance of the challenges that could lead you to grow. You might find yourself stuck in the what-ifs. What if I'm not good enough? What if I fail? What if people judge me? Let me share a personal experience. Once upon a time, I was asked to deliver a keynote speech at a prestigious event. I was excited, but as the day drew closer, self-doubt began to creep in. I began to question my abilities, my worth, my message. I was on the brink of backing out. But then, I took a step back. I realized self-doubt wasn't a voice of reason. It was a voice of fear. And fear, while it can protect us from physical harm, is not a reliable advisor when it comes to personal growth. So how do we conquer self-doubt? First, acknowledge it. Recognize when you're doubting yourself and understand that it's not a reflection of your true capabilities. Second, challenge it. Ask yourself, is this thought based on fact or fear? More often than not, you'll find it's the latter. Third, act in spite of it. Courage isn't the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward despite it. In the end, I delivered that speech. Was it perfect? No, but it was authentic. It was me. And the applause that followed, that wasn't just for me, that was for every person in that room who had ever doubted themselves and did it anyway. Conquering self-doubt isn't about eradicating it completely. It's about learning to dance with it, to use it as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. Always remember, doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. How confident do you feel in your abilities and in your skin? That's a question we often ask ourselves, isn't it? But what exactly is self-confidence? It's that inner voice that tells you, hey, I can do this. It's the unwavering belief in your abilities, your skills, and your worth. Now, you might be wondering, how can I boost my self-confidence? Well, it's not an overnight process. It's a journey filled with small, incremental steps. Start by setting and achieving small goals. It could be as simple as waking up early, learning a new skill, or finishing a book. Every time you achieve a goal, no matter how small, it gives you a sense of accomplishment and boosts your confidence. Next, embrace positivity. Surround yourself with positive influences who believe in you and inspire you to be your best self. Remember, positivity is contagious and it can significantly impact your self-confidence. And then there's the practice of positive self-talk. Use affirmations to foster a positive mindset. Instead of saying, I can't do this, try saying, I can and I will. This shift in language can make a world of difference in how you perceive yourself and your abilities. Now, let's talk about the impact of self-confidence on our actions and decisions. When you have confidence in yourself, you're more likely to take risks, seize opportunities, and navigate challenges with resilience. Let's consider the story of Jane. Jane was a talented artist, but she was plagued by self-doubt. She hesitated to showcase her work, fearing criticism and rejection. But then she started building her self-confidence. She began by setting small goals, embracing positivity, and practicing positive self-talk. Gradually, her confidence grew. Today, Jane is a successful artist, and her work is admired by many. Her story is a testament to the transformative power of self-confidence. Remember, self-confidence can be cultivated and nurtured. It's not about being perfect or never experiencing failure. It's about believing in yourself, even when the odds are stacked against you. Confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. What is your opinion about yourself, your abilities, and your worth? Picture a scale. On one side, you have self-doubt, and on the other, self-confidence. The weight that balances this scale is self-esteem. It's a reflection of your overall subjective emotional evaluation of your own worth. It encompasses beliefs about oneself, as well as an emotional state such as triumph, despair, pride, and shame. Now let's delve into its importance. Self-esteem is like the immune system of our consciousness. It provides resilience and allows us to bounce back from life's challenges and is crucial for our mental and emotional well-being. High self-esteem empowers us to embrace our strengths and acknowledge our weaknesses without despair, leading to a more fulfilling life. Let's imagine a young woman named Lily, who always struggled with her self-esteem. She doubted her capabilities and constantly compared herself to others. This not only affected her performance at work, but also her relationships. One day, she decided to take charge and started practicing self-love and self-compassion. She began affirming her worth and slowly recognized her unique abilities. As her self-esteem improved, so did her life. She became more productive at work, her relationships improved, and most importantly, she began to feel happier and more content with herself. Self-esteem doesn't mean thinking we're flawless. Rather, it's acknowledging our flaws and loving ourselves regardless. It's about treating ourselves with the same kindness and respect we'd offer to others. It's not about proving our worth to other people, but understanding our worth for ourselves. Improving self-esteem is a journey, not a destination. It takes time, patience, and a lot of self-love. But remember, every step you take towards boosting your self-esteem is a step towards a happier, more fulfilling life. So take a moment today to reflect on your self-esteem. Are you being kind to yourself? Are you acknowledging your worth? Remember, you are enough just as you are. Self-esteem is the reputation we acquire with ourselves. When was the last time you took a moment to reflect on your life and your choices? This question, though simple, holds immense power. It's the gateway to the art of self-reflection, an integral aspect of our journey towards personal growth and self-understanding. Many may see it as a luxury, but in reality, it's a necessity. It's the mirror that allows us to see ourselves clearly, to really understand who we are, why we do the things we do, and how we can grow from our experiences. Let's delve into a story that illustrates the transformative power of self-reflection. Imagine a woman named Sarah. She was living a life that, on the surface, seemed perfect. She had a successful career, a comfortable home, and a loving family. But deep down, she felt a sense of discontent. She felt as though she was merely going through the motions, living a life that was expected of her, rather than one that truly fulfilled her. One day, Sarah decided to take a step back and reflect. She asked herself tough questions like, am I truly happy? What are my passions? What do I value most? Am I living in alignment with these values? This process wasn't easy. It required her to confront her fears, her insecurities, and her deepest desires. But through this journey of self-reflection, Sarah realized that she had a deep passion for helping others. This led her to make a bold decision. She left her corporate job and started a nonprofit organization. The art of self-reflection isn't about making drastic changes overnight. It's about taking the time to understand yourself on a deeper level, to acknowledge your strengths, accept your weaknesses, and identify areas for growth. It's about making conscious choices rather than living on autopilot. It's about living a life that's true to who you are, not what others expect of you. Remember, every journey starts with a single step, and in the journey of self-discovery and personal growth, that step begins with self-reflection. It's a courageous act, a commitment to yourself, and a testament to your desire to grow and evolve. Self-reflection is the school of wisdom. It's the key that unlocks the door to self-understanding and personal growth. So when was the last time you reflected on your life and your choices? Do you feel confident in your ability to protect yourself if needed? Self-defense is a critical aspect of self-care that extends far beyond physical protection. It involves safeguarding your emotional and mental well-being too. Let's consider the story of Emma, a woman who was often plagued by feelings of vulnerability and unease. Emma decided to take up a self-defense class, not just to learn physical techniques, but to claim her power and foster an inner sense of security. Over time, she discovered that self-defense was not just about fending off physical threats. It was also about setting boundaries, standing up for oneself, and refusing to be a victim in any circumstance. Emma's story is not unique. Many of us navigate through life carrying a sense of unease, feeling as though we're not equipped to handle the challenges life throws our way. But remember, self-defense is not just about throwing punches or mastering martial arts. It's about developing a mindset, a determination that says, I am capable, I am strong, I can protect myself. Learning self-defense can bring about a profound sense of empowerment. It can boost your confidence, enhance your self-esteem, and help you feel more secure and in control. You learn to trust in your abilities, to stand up for yourself, and to navigate the world with an increased sense of assurance. Self-defense is not just a set of techniques, it's a state of mind. Do you believe in your ability to help yourself achieve your goals and dreams? This is the essence of embracing self-help, a concept that can be a game changer in both personal and professional life. Self-help is not just about reading books or attending seminars. It's about taking charge of your life, making conscious choices, and taking deliberate actions towards your growth and development. It's about recognizing your strengths, working on your weaknesses, and continuously striving to become the best version of yourself. Let's consider the story of Maya. She was a young woman with big dreams, but she was stuck in a rut, feeling lost and unfulfilled. One day she came across a self-help book in a bookstore. Intrigued, she picked it up and started reading. This book sparked a transformation in her. She started setting goals, making plans, and taking action. Bit by bit, she saw improvements in her life. She became more confident, more focused, and more fulfilled. Maya's story is a testament to the power of self-help. It shows that no matter how stuck or lost you feel, there's always a way out. You have the power to change your life. All you need is the will to take the first step and the determination to keep going, no matter how tough things get. In the end, it all comes down to this: the greatest help you can ever receive is the help you give yourself.